it again, and or he does something that aggravates it something more, or he hurts it something more.
Aaron Boone sounds like an unprepared kid for a book report. All right, Mr. Boone, you're up next. The USS Indianapolis. It was a boat. Floated really well. That's what Aaron Boone sounds like every time he's asked to do this. And Brian Cashman must just sit up in his office laughing his balls off watching Aaron Boone taking his slings and arrows while he does whatever he wants in the dark office up in Yankee Stadium.
Everything pushed back 1 week after September the 11th, pushing the postseason back, and now officially into November as Derek Jeter bats with 2 out, nobody on. Jeter hits it into right. Back at the wall. Game over. Yankees win, and the series is tied. Arizona here in Game 5. Brocious hits one into left. Back at the wall. The Yankees have tied it again.
Good evening and welcome to another installment of the New York Minute Sports Show. The Yankees salvaged this series in the Bronx, and Anthony Volpe's been hurt since May 2nd? We've got highlights. We got Aaron Boone's press conference. Don't forget to like. Don't forget to subscribe. It's New York Minute Sports. It's New York sports for New York nuts. Let's go!
It's New York Minute Sports. It's New York Sports Talk with Sports Nuts.
Well, there you have it, folks. Welcome to another installment of the New York Minute Sports Show. Don't forget to like. Don't forget to subscribe. The Yankees salvaged this series in the Bronx tonight. Killer Cam Schlittler did what he does. As a rookie, one of the most consistent starters that the Yankees have. Another 6 innings pitched and gets his 3rd win of the season and held it down for the Yankees and prevented the sweep. But tonight, the Yankees scored all sorts of runs, and as a Yankee fan, for all intents and purposes, you should be clicking your heels, but not here. Not here on New York Minute Sports. That's NEWYRKMIN on Instagram. This just proves the formula of the low-lev dev Yankees. Let me tell you, Aaron Boone dictates the style and the way of play on this team. Did you notice what was different from tonight than every other night? Was it the starting pitching? No. Was it the players? No. It was the pressure and the leverage. This is why the Yankees are the empty-calorie, low-lev Yankees now. They've taken on the spirit of low-lev Dev Williams on the whole team because you can see what happened. What was the difference from tonight? There wasn't that much of a better starting pitcher tonight, but the Yankees were hitting the long ball, and this is when the Yankees are clicking on all cylinders, and they seem like an unbeatable team. But it's all in between the ears with the New York Yankees, and that's the scariest part about our team. We don't know. Flip a coin on who's going to show up tonight because it's the Jekyll and Hyde Yankees as well. Because tonight, if you could encapsulate this team and bring them into a postseason team, I think the Yankees could make it and win the World Series. But if the Yankees from last night show up and the last 2 nights show up, the Yankees aren't going to be able to do anything in the postseason. Cabanero looked good tonight. He actually had a heads-up play on second base to tag Gleyber Torres up. You really haven't seen that with Anthony Volpe. Also, the Yankees tonight stole a lot of bases. Cabanero showed athleticism on the base pads, and that's what the Yankees have been in dire need of. Jazz Chisholm, his on-base percentage isn't too hot, and we have base stealers, but the base stealers we have don't get on base enough to steal the bags that we need. Saw an interesting stat about the New York Mets, who are in a goddamn downfall right now, but they are setting the major league record for most stolen bases by a team with the lowest miles per hour with running by any team. So they're the slowest team with the most stolen bases. Apparently it's due to their first base coach. But the New York Yankees, this is indicative of their farm system. The reason that they're not good at running the bases, the reason that they're not good at stealing is because of the farm system. They're not taught fundamentals and base stealing. So one of the guys that we heard from the farm system that was going to be able to steal 30 bags a season was Anthony Volpe. But we got some news on Anthony Volpe. The Yankees held a press conference today, and it looked like the Watergate cover-up, and they sent their sacrificial lamb, Aaron Boone, Bubbles, Buffoon, Baboon, in our special edition press conference tonight. The Anthony Volpe case. Is he hurt? Is he not? Has he been hurt? Are you lying to us? Yes.
I did not know about Sunday where he kind of re-aggravated it on a dive. So, like, my decision to not have him in the lineup the other day had nothing to do with that.
Lie number one, you don't think that Aaron Boone knows every aspect of this team, and you don't think that Anthony Volpe let them know, the training staff, about his shoulder that they've known since May 2nd, Aaron Boone? So we're going to count the lies, and this is going to be lies. Tell me sweet little lies with Aaron Boone tonight. Oh, man, let's get the lie tally out. Break the lie tally out.
Kind of information came later. So the timeline of it is, obviously he had the incident in May where, he dove and hurt his shoulder a little bit, but felt it.
I have mentioned on this program that Anthony Volpe hurt his shoulder then, and because you remember in the beginning of the season, he was guns blazing and he was doing well, leading the league in doubles. And then after that slide on May 2nd, he was never the same. But why continuously play this guy every single day?
He dove and hurt his shoulder a little bit, but felt it. At that time, we MRI'd it. He had a partial labrum tear.
All right, you know what this press conference is all about? This is to cover up Brian Cashman and Aaron Boone's ass. This is to cover their ass. That's all there is. So you're telling me that Anthony Volpe has been hurt since May 2nd. It's been inflamed. It's been doing whatever it's been doing. It's been doing the cha-cha. But you've decided to play this guy every single day, not give him a single day of rest. With a guy that has an aggravated labrum, why wouldn't you play him maybe every other day? Or why wouldn't you just shut him down, put him on the injured list, and then send him down to AAA? Obviously, he's been struggling all season. We've been booing him out of the building. But don't you think if Anthony Volpe was hurt all season long, every time Aaron Boone got in that press conference, that he would be talking about Anthony Volpe's injury? No, because they're using it as an excuse now. The Anthony Volpe project has failed, guys, okay? So now when a project fails, what do you got to do? You got to cover up your ass. Cabanero is the starting shortstop of this team moving forward. I don't care what cortisone excuses they have. I don't care what they're working guys in. Whatever other excuses Baboon has, he has more excuses than a pregnant nun, okay? Cabanero's the starting shortstop of this team. Brian Cashman was wrong. And when Brian Cashman is wrong, he starts to cover up his tracks because his ego is not his amigo. And guess what? This is Aaron Boone's golden ticket to having his job next year. Mark my words right here, September 11th on the New York Minute Sports Show. Aaron Boone will have his job next year because when they bring up the case of Anthony Volpe, he's going to go, well, he was hurt all year. And then when they stick a microphone in the face of Brian Cashman at the winter meetings, they're going to go, well, why did you play Anthony Volpe? Well, we didn't know that he was hurt. It's like, yeah, bullshit, you didn't know he was hurt. They knew that Anthony Volpe was hurt this whole time. They put it in their back pocket until it failed, and now they have an excuse. Boop, boop. All aboard the Aaron Boone excuse train. I literally talked it into existence, folks. I've been saying as a joke the Aaron Boone excuse train on this show for now 76 shows in a row, and now it's come to reality. Anytime I get on Jazz's case, he plays better. Anytime I get on Judge's case, he hits a home run. It looks like I should be getting on everyone's case, but this has like the Watergate cover-up. It smells like Cap from Brian Cashman. I smell a rat, and it's Brian Cashman with the copium. He's just drinking that shit.
That I think they felt like was an old injury. And really it was more just aggravating it and kind of probably more the swelling of it. So, once that got out of there, he was good to go. He's aggravated it maybe a couple.
He hasn't been good to go, Aaron Boone. Good to go is being healthy enough to throw the ball over to first base. So what are you talking about good to go? You know what the problem is with Aaron Baboon? Is that he has just gotten in the habit of talking in bumper stickers now. It's right in front of us. He was good to go. No, he's not. He has a torn labrum in his shoulder that gets inflamed. I have a torn labrum in my shoulder that gets inflamed. I can hardly lift up the remote. This guy's supposed to make an athletic throw from shortstop, and you wonder why he's playing timid. You wonder why he's playing like he has somebody over his shoulder because the kid's hurt. So what do you do as an organization with Anthony Volpe because he is hurt and you know that you have this in your back pocket? You play him every single day. So what, you just keep aggravating it so he can never get healthy? It makes zero sense. This press conference makes zero sense. And I don't think Aaron Boone knew he was going to be asked these questions.
Couple times, Sunday being one of them. And each time it's kind of added to some, I think it's just a swelling issue. So he said something the other day about it. We MRI'd it. Shows a little bit more of a labrum tear, but nothing that we think is going to land him on the IL or nothing that he can't continue to play through. He already feels.
Because Anthony Volpe's performance at shortstop has been so out of this world, and the MVP season that Anthony Volpe is having, we need to jump through hoops to get this guy back in the lineup. We got to do everything as a Yankees organization to get Anthony Volpe back in there. Am I living in the goddamn Twilight Zone? Listen to this shit.
Shows a little bit more of a labrum tear, but nothing that we think is going to land him on the IL or nothing that he can't continue to play through. He already feels better today. I don't.
There's no reason to play through anything when you're the worst player on the team. It's not his fault. If this kid's been hurt all year long, Anthony Volpe, in my eyes, gets a pass for this year. He's being mishandled by the franchise so they don't have egg on their face. This is not Anthony Volpe's fault. Anthony Volpe's making league minimum, and they can do whatever they want with him. So they just put him out at shortstop every day and completely ruin this kid's confidence, completely ruined. Look at the digression in Anthony Volpe's game since his first year. Since the Yankees have had a hold of him at the major league level, I think they fucked this kid up. And I think Brian Cashman's ego has made him play. Aaron Boone has made him play it. Anthony Volpe in the lineup every single night. And that's not fair to Anthony Volpe, dude. And you know what? It's not fair to us as a fan base when you're not telling us the truth, when you're not coming out and saying, hey, guys, Anthony Volpe's hurt. Maybe if Aaron Boone would say maybe once, twice a week, Volpe is dealing with the labrum issue, maybe we would cut the guy some slack. Okay, the guy's dealing with an injury. When Trent Grisham had the hamstring issue earlier in the year, we were like, all right, he's got a hammy. Maybe that's why he's dogging it. Maybe that's why he's not running it out to first base. So we were actually able to give some wiggle room. Now I just feel like an asshole for getting on Anthony Volpe's case because I didn't know he was hurt the whole time. Yes, it's one and the same. Anthony Volpe is to blame too. You know what? He does have some blame in this, but also being mismanaged as a young player like this. This is why I think if Anthony Volpe was put on the Diamondbacks, this kid would thrive because this organization has a tendency to ruin prospects unless they are so good that they succeed in spite of the Yankees franchise.
Expect it to be an issue, but that being said, like if he goes out there and aggravates it again, we may have to, look at it more. We'll MRI it again regardless at the end of the season.
Bro, what he's saying makes absolutely no sense. If you're believing any of this, I don't know what to tell you, man. This is shabba-gabba bullshit talking out of both sides of your mouth. This is why Aaron Boone makes $6 million a year and doesn't care and goes, yes, sir, may I have another, and just gives us lies and gaslights us. And they wonder why the Yankee fans are so rabid. And so now it's changed. We used to get pissed at losing. Now we get pissed at management gaslighting us because we see something on the field and they're telling us Anthony Volpe's an elite shortstop. But guess what? Maybe tell us that he's fucking hurt too. So we know. I've done every single post game on this show, and thank you for the support for the last 75 games, and you have not mentioned his labrum once. You've not mentioned a partially torn labrum. You've not mentioned inflation. You've not mentioned inflammation in the labrum. You haven't mentioned it once, Aaron Boone, and this press conference is absolute bullshit. All right, so I don't know what to tell you because they're lying to you, Yankee fans. So anyway, Yankees prevent the sweep, and now what we waited for. The Yankees in this 12-game set, 5-4. They're going into Boston Friday, Saturday, Sunday. It's going to be unbelievable. The stakes have never been higher, guys. And I am an old school Yankees fan, so I remember the rivalry. I remember the hatred. I remember the vitriol. And tonight I got a little special video for you. The top 10 moments between the Yankees and the Red Sox, just to give you young guys a little refresher why us old farts hate the Red Sox so much.
Boston massacre. Oh, the humanity. The Yankees sweep. Outscored the Red Sox 42-9 in the 4 games, and they left town in a dead heat for the division lead.
You weren't in a bar for that one.
No, I don't think I was in a bar for that.
All right, in July 24, 2004, Alex Rodriguez here working at Arroyo, and it's confronted by Jason Varitek, who shoved his glove in Rodriguez's face, which sparked a bench-clearing brawl. Yeah, I mean, the Red Sox would go on to win on a walk-off homer by...
Bro. To say these two organizations didn't like each other is an understatement. Look at Derek Jeter's face. He doesn't give that face to a lot of people. He only gives that face to bitches that are leaving his hotel room and the Boston Red Sox because he's like, yo, bye, Felicia. I don't want anything to do with you losers, because it used to be the hammer and nail match before the Red Sox started winning World Series. And every time these guys got together, it was a brawl for all. And Alex Rodriguez was the spark that started the fire every single time against the Red Sox. Because if you remember, Alex Rodriguez got traded from the Texas Rangers to the Boston Red Sox. Alex Rodriguez was going to be the third baseman before Mike Lowell for the Boston Red Sox. Major League Baseball stepped in, shut down the trade, and Alex Rodriguez wound up going to the New York Yankees. Now, let's go full circle here. Alex Rodriguez, the trade for Alex Rodriguez, the only reason it was humanly possible because Aaron Boone, yes, that Aaron Buffoon Bubbles Baboon, hurt himself in the offseason. What was he doing, you ask? Aaron Boone told the organization that he was washing his SUV, he fell off and hurt his ankle. I think he might even broke his ankle. I'm going teleprompter free here, folks. This is off the noggin. Look this up. Aaron Boone hurts his ankle, and then it's in his contract. They find out that he was playing pickup basketball, and that's how he hurt his ankle. They voided his contract, and all of a sudden, the New York Yankees needed a new third baseman, and that's who took over for Aaron Baboon at third base, Alex Rodriguez. Hey, comes all full circle right here, New York Minute Sports.
Bill Miller.
Now, 3 weeks before that, one of the most iconic plays in Derek Jeter's history. Remember this? Trot Nixon, 12th inning, little bloop. Jeter goes flying into the seats, full speed.
Oh, man.
He was okay, stayed in the game.
Listen, Derek Jeter's fifth on the all-time hits list in Major League Baseball history. You want to call him a compiler? You want to call him not that great at shortstop? Fine. There's arguments to be made. But if you want to talk about effort and having a burning desire to win and to do anything possible to win, it's Derek Jeter and this play, bro. This just sums up Derek Jeter, and you wonder why I go mental about the soft New York Yankees is because I grew up watching dudes like this who would not accept losing. It was not in their DNA. That's why Derek Jeter's up there with Mariano Rivera, Michael Jordan, Tiger Woods, the killers, the winners, the Tom Bradys of the world. You know what? Derek Jeter is not the fastest. He's not the most talented guy in the world, but sheer determination, will, and fortitude is what made Derek Jeter one of the greatest Yankees of all time, and this play solidified it.
And the Yankees won in 13 innings.
At number 5, October 11th, 2003, Game 3 of the ALCS. Bottom of the 4th, Roger Clemens threw a pitch, and Manny Ramirez causing the benches to clear. Then you see here Don Zimmer, the Yankees 72-year-old bench coach, ran into Martinez, who tossed Zimmer.
All right. All stop. When I first saw this, bro, I threw my drink at the TV and spit on my own rug. Roger Clemens was a Boston Red Sox. He got traded to the Toronto Blue Jays. Everybody thought his career was over. He wound up going 22-2 with the Toronto Blue Jays. Then he got traded to the New York Yankees for David Wells. Yes, I cried in my room because I was a 15-year-old Yankee fan, had a poster of David Wells on the wall, and they traded my favorite Yankee for a goddamn Boston Red Sox. But Roger Clemens did not hold back when he went against the Red Sox, and he would go headhunting, and look at what he did to Manny Ramirez. So all this shit breaks out. Don Zimmer is a bench coach for Joe Torre. Don Zimmer has 2 artificial knees. He was in the Pacific Campaign in World War II. He would literally wear a World War II helmet on the bench at times. He rushed at Pedro Martinez to do whatever at him, and Pedro Martinez grabbed him by the melon and threw him like a matador. At the time, I was incensed, throwing a veteran of this country on his face, but the Boston Red Sox-New York Yankees rivalry was out of pocket the whole goddamn time growing up.
4th, Roger Clemens threw a pitch, and Manny Ramirez causing the benches to clear. Then you see here Don Zimmer, the Yankees 72-year-old bench coach, ran into Martinez, who tossed Zimmer to the ground. The Yankees would go on to win the game 4-3. We got more from this heated series in this countdown.
Number 4, the day after Christmas 1919, the curse of the Bambino started. The Red Sox sold Babe
Curse of the Bambino. Sold him, the owner of the Boston Red Sox sold him because a fledgling play on Broadway in Manhattan, and he wanted to save it and needed money, so he traded Babe Ruth to the New York Yankees, and ever since then. Another fact, though, I'd write off the dome, teleprompter free. Do you know who has the best win-loss record in ERA against the Yankees pitching-wise in their history against the Yankees? None other than George Herman Babe Ruth. That's who. You get all the facts right here in New York Minute. Give us a little like. Give us a little subscribe. Do a little sprinkle in the infield. We're doing a little show, a little kind of different show for you tonight.
On here is Charlie Steiner.
Oh, here's Baboon. It's Aaron Baboon. Now, hear me real quick. You know how there's iconic baseball calls? Now, John Sterling has every home run call. He does it all, right? This was the year that he traded off with Charlie Steiner, who was working for ESPN, got the Yankee job. Then he went on to be the Dodgers guy. It was Charlie Steiner's inning, and they gave him the first inning, and that's why you don't hear John Sterling on one of the most monumental baseball calls in Yankee history. I was on my couch. Dude, the Yankees were losing this game in the 5th inning. Jorge Posada, Jason Giambi, Hideki Matsui, all the partners in crime came back to tie this game up, and Aaron Baboon came in against Tim Wakefield. It is a core moment, core memory in my life. Aaron Boone home run.
Hit in 1978.
You mispronounced his name. It's Bucky Bleepin' Death. That's how they go. 2003, Game 7 ALCS, Aaron Boone, our former colleague, now the Yanks manager, with the home run. Here is Charlie Steiner on the call.
His first dash down of the game. There's a fly ball deep to left. It's
Look how young Aaron Boone is, man. Wow.
The Yankees are going to the World Series. Aaron Boone has hit a home run.
Booney keeping the curse of the Bambino alive for one more season.
And at number 1, until the teams met again in the 2004 ALCS, where the Red Sox trailed 3-0 and were behind in the 9th inning of Game 4. Dave Roberts stole second to set up the game-tying run to send the game to extras.
We're not watching that. Let me stop the film right now. They snuck that one in on me. They gave me the Aaron Boone home run, too. I should have known it was coming, folks. I should have known they were going to sneak you-know-what in on me. That's another thing I do. By the way, whenever there's a replay, doesn't matter what year it is from when the New York Yankees lose, I turn the television off. I was watching a Yankee documentary the other night, and they even mentioned the Marlins series, and they went to a clip when Marlins were about to. I've never seen the Marlins cheer on the field in Yankee Stadium still. I've turned every single video off because I would go MIA on ESPN when the New York Yankees were out of the postseason. So the Boston Red Sox and the New York Yankees pick up where they left off. A rivalry renewed. What other cliche things you want to say? The New York Yankees and Boston Red Sox series is going to be a wild one. Whenever they get in Fenway, all bets are off, and I'm going to be here for every single show. And I just wanted to say real quick, September 11th is today, and in memory of all the people that lost their lives and perished in that awful tragedy and attack, my prayers out to you and your family, being New York Minute, being there and a New Yorker and experiencing. And I know I usually have my slogan tonight, but I'm going to change it. Guys, let's bring a little more love into this life. Let's bring a little more love into this world. And let's make it a better place. New York Minute. Take it easy, guys.